All right, good afternoon. Welcome to Yoga Therapy for Parkinson's. I'm Grisel, and we thank the Parkinson's Foundation for their constant support for these classes. And today we have Masha, and she's just going to be watching and learning. She's in the program, so she's going to be teaching soon, hopefully, her own class, which is exciting. Thank you for being with us, Masha. All right, so finding a comfortable seated position, lengthening the spine. Take a deep inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, relax. Let the exhale happen through your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. And see if you need one more like that. Otherwise, we begin to inhale and exhale through the nose. Allow the tongue to release away from the roof of your mouth. Do a body scan from the feet all the way up towards your face. See if there's tension being held anywhere. Right? Most of the times we do hold a little bit of tension in the shoulders, the face. So letting that release, letting our body reset. And let's just enjoy a moment of silence, maybe closing the eyes, or if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just look straight ahead. Find a point and soft gaze at that point. Bring left hand in the lower abdomen, right hand around the rib cage, like on this side. And then begin to tune into a two-part breath where you're expanding the abdomen and the ribs on your inhale. And then on the exhale, everything comes back towards the spine. See if the breath can become just slightly deeper. Moving the left hand towards the chest, finding three-part breath or Dirga Pranayama. Abdomen expands, ribs flare out, chest expands as you inhale. Allow your eyes to open. Bring the hands to heart center, setting an intention for your practice. So whatever you're seeking today or you need, it could be peace or stillness or joy or courage or strength, whatever comes to mind, just set that intention for the class. We'll seal that with one Om to kind of bring our energies together. Take an inhale through your nose. Allow the eyes to open, reach the arms up and overhead. Moving slow, if you're moving through water with a gentle resistance. And exhale, bring the hands to center. As you bring the hands to center, gently press the hands into one another. Inhale, exhale, pressing a little bit more as the hands come towards the chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to center. All right, start moving a little bit from side to side, opening up through the spine. So any amount, right? Could be a little bit, could be a little more. Just move the arms up and bring them down. Whatever feels good, no right or wrong. And then bringing it to center. Press the arms out and then find circles. Circle from the shoulder to the knee. And bring it the opposite way. And bring it back to center. Gentle wrist rotation. So just circle, circle. And circle the opposite way. And then press the arms out around your back. Now, as we move, if there's anything bothering you, lift the arms up and overhead. Come and hold the back of your head and just let it drop. If anything's bothering you, remember, just take your time, modify, skip, it doesn't matter. Press the arms up one more time. Release the arms towards the side and gentle circles as if you're trying to push the walls on the side. And bring it the opposite way. All right, press. You're going one way and then you're moving to the other side. So somebody's sort of pulling you on opposite sides. Very good. Next time you come to the right, hold the chair, look up towards the ceiling. And bring it to center and over to the other side. Inhale, bring it to center, squeeze the shoulders into the back. Bring the elbows towards one another. See if you can lift the elbows gently up and towards the chest. And bring and squeeze back. Rotate down, keeping the elbows right where they are. Inhale, bring it in. Squeeze the shoulders or squeeze the elbows together. Separate the shoulders. Squeeze shoulders and down. Very good. Bring it back up and then push the hands as if you're holding the ceiling with your hands. And on the exhale, we forward fold. Keep the abdominal muscles engaged. So if you're picking something up, you can go to the knee or all the way down, depending on how you're feeling. Inhale, circle. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. All right, reach it all the way up. Lengthen through one side. So somebody's kind of lengthening and helping you reach on both sides of the ribs. Up, up, and one more time. Release the hands into a twist, holding the knee and holding the chair in the back. See if you can look far back and can you find something neutral that you can look at, right? Anything, a chair, something behind you. And then on the next breath, inhale, lift, exhale. Again, look on the other side as far as you can. Just see if you can find something to look at and you keep your soft gaze there. Inhale, bring it back up. And on the exhale, again, it's a forward fold. You're picking something up from the floor, maybe a little deeper this time. We do 2 more times, forward fold. And one more time. All right, come and lift the arms up. And we lower one arm down, one arm up, opposite arm and leg, waking up those contralateral movements. Up. Very good. Opposite arm and leg just to shoulder height. Open to the side and bring it back to center. 3 times, 2, 3, hold it, and then lean over and towards that side. Very good. Bring it back into center. Again, you're lifting here, opposite arm and leg, and you open 3, 2. On the one, you hold it out, and then you lean towards that side. Take your time. Come and bring it back into center. All right, very good. Lengthen the spine. We cat cow next, so we round and we lift. Squeeze the shoulders, look where the wall meets the ceiling. Tuck the tailbone. Now notice which one feels like you need more. Like, does it feel like you want a little bit more of the opening, or does it feel like, oh, this feels so good, I can hold this a little longer? And if that's the case, there's one that you like seek more, your body needs more, you can hold it, take a breath, maybe 2, and then you can continue, right? So instead of make it flowy, you hold it and you sort of enjoy that stretch and that feeling. Let's finish up. We bring it to center and we pause. Trunk circles, you come forward and around. Try to make it into a spiral. So you're coming in and they're becoming a little bit smaller as you come towards the inside of that spiral. And then we'll go the other way where it becomes smaller on the way out and becomes a little bit bigger. So you go opposite on the way out. And bring it back into center, lengthen the spine. All right, hug the knee into the chest. Open up. In. Open up. So you're moving into those cat-cows just a little more and engaging a little bit now the lower body. All right, next time you hold your right leg, hold it in. Hold it in. And you can hold here, but you can also hold the bottom part underneath the knee. Rotate the foot in circle and bring it the opposite way. All right, extend the leg long, flex the foot, reach with your right arm nice and long, keep the abdominals in, and then fold to whatever's comfortable for you, to the knee, a little lower, to the toes. Now remember, while we wait in the poses, you're breathing, you're connecting to sensation you're feeling in your body. So try not to check out, let the mind wander, just stay here now. Inhale, bring it back and bring that leg in. All right, we switch sides, so we lift the leg, we rotate the foot, and bring it the opposite way. Again, extend that leg long, flex the foot, you're reaching up with this arm, and then coming down towards the side. Notice how this leg feels compared to the other leg. Is it the same? Is it a little bit tighter on this side? On your next breath, bring it back into center. All right, pedal the feet, so up and down. You lift the heel and the toes. We do a little bouncing motion in the feet, just waking the feet and the legs. We'll roll in and roll out. So you're coming on the inside and the outside of your feet. All right, come into sort of like a butterfly shape where the sole of the feet are together and the knees are out towards the side. Push away from your legs so you can sit just a little bit taller. Shoulders back and the head tucks in. Begin to move the head in gentle circles. For this one, if you like, you could close your eyes and sort of tune into all that sensation most likely is happening in your neck. If there's a spot that you want to stop and kind of take a breath, like we did with the cat-cows, you can. And very slowly start rotating the opposite way. Again, the first few circles, you keep them flowing. And then if you feel like, ooh, I would like to stop at that point and breathe into it, then do so. If you're done, you pause. If you want still to do one more round, you continue until you're done. We'll keep the eyes closed and just tune in. All right, do the same for the shoulders, but lift the shoulders as high as you can towards your ears and down. Super slow circles, but very big circles. Again, most likely we have a lot of sensation in the shoulders and neck and traps, so just notice and feel. And then roll them up and forward. Very good. All right, bring the arms into eagle. Remember, if the elbows don't stack like that, and then you find the forearms and hands, you can just grab the shoulders, right? So, but if your hands do this, then you hold this one instead. All right. Lift and draw gentle circles with your elbows, moving away from the chest and slightly up. 2, and one more time. And then bring it the opposite way. All right. Switch it up. So open and squeeze to give it a little release. And then the other arm will come on the top, or you just grab the shoulders if you're doing that version. Again, gently circle. And bring it the opposite way. And then open and squeeze, release. Come and release the hands and push the chair away. See if you can sit just slightly taller and bring the inside of the foot up and the knee out, getting a little bit there into the hips. Up. One more on each side. And then turn them in so your toes, the inside of your foot is up, and then the edge of the outer foot is out. And you're going to keep the knee in as you lift from this side. And it feels like a little tricky lifting up, so not as flexible, let's say, or a lot of range as when you're coming from the inside. And then on the next breath, release and just move the legs a little side to side. All right, see if you can drop the knee in, coming deep into the hip, and then slowly rotate it all the way out. Switch, and one more time. All right, we're gonna keep the legs a little bit wide as we try to lift ourselves off the chair. Now remember, if you need a second chair in the front, have somebody put it there to help you. Like if you're not able to stand up or your balance is a little bit off. All right, next time you find it back, hold it, and then just pedal the feet, lifting one heel and the other heel. All right, toe heel. Now you're coming up and down. You can lift a little bit and come back, or you can lift all the way up and come back. So remember, there's different versions. You can do this, right? And at least lift the sit bones, even if it's just like an inch from the chair. It doesn't have to be all the way up. Two more times. All right. If you're able to stay standing, we're going to go behind the chair next. Now, you notice in the protocol, there's some standing postures, there's some seated postures. So if you're doing the seated posture, we're doing down dog, you can open like this. We're doing that. Warrior two, you're here. We're leaning to the side, you're leaning. So those images, if you're staying seated, then you would do that. So you basically modify and try to mimic what we're doing, but seated. All right, we come to mountain pose first behind the chair. So you can stay like this. I usually turn sideways so that you can see me, and you'll see I go all over that chair. So you can see me better. So feet together, about hip width apart. Palms of the hands facing forward and reaching to the ground. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, can you lengthen from the crown of your head and up a little bit more? Now remember, mountain pose is not a passive pose. We're doing quite a bit, right? Legs are engaged, core is engaged, back muscles are engaged. Reach arms up into Urdhva, lengthening up like a palm tree. On your exhale, you're folding in half, keeping the spine nice and long. Once you get into a half forward fold, we pedal the feet. Remember, you can stay here, but you can go all the way down if you're still going down, or maybe to your halfway through the chair, the seat of the chair. All right, on the next breath, pause the pedaling and fold just slightly more. Keep abdominals super strong here. Inhale on your next breath, press to downward facing dog. Holding the chair and pushing back. Inhale on your next breath, walk slightly forward. Halfway there and up. Now you'll see me always holding onto the chair, but if you don't need to hold on, your hands can go on your hip. You can have one hand on the chair, one hand on the hip. So let's circle and warm up that hip before we add warriors and all that stuff. So circle. And then bring it the opposite way. All right, we'll crisscross. We'll bring the foot across to the front. Be careful, please. And behind across, right? So it'll look like that. And then in front across. and behind. Now, if you don't need to touch the floor for this, you have one more. You can always keep the foot off the ground. All right, come back to center, pause. We circle the leg first, right? Around and around on the other side. Bring it the opposite way. Again, we crisscross. Very careful in that dismantle that we don't get tangled up. Cross. All right, I think this is the last one, and then release it. All right, pause, take a breath in and out. All right, we go side to side. Now, little by little, I add a little bit more range. So I'm just starting to lift the leg to the side and then alternate, right? Can I start lifting a little more? So I'm not going to be so much in a hurry. I'm going to really try to lift that leg and slowly lower it down. Lift slow, lower down. Now notice where you're feeling this. A lot of places, right? Inner leg for sure, the outer leg and the glute. Beautiful. On your next breath, come back to center. Turn your right foot at a 45-degree angle. So all you're going to do is just turn it a little bit towards the side. And then from there, you're going to kick the foot diagonally back until you feel your glute medius engage. Bring it back. Don't touch the floor. Press it back. Engage the glute. So not straight back, but in a diagonal, right? From your heel. This is a third. 4. One more time. We're going to need that when we start balancing, right, on one leg only, having to release. Switch the leg. So now 45 degrees. Kick it back. Bring it down. See if you don't have to touch the floor on the way. 3, 4, and 5. Very nice. Bring it back to center. Reach the arms up and overhead. We'll take a down dog again. So forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down dog. Push the chair away. Deepen the breath here. Keep your gaze to your navel. Notice when your mind wanders. Remember, that's the key. It's every time you notice you're gone, you come back to the present moment, right? You make that commitment. Bring your right foot forward and between the hands, right? Between the chair. And then on your next breath, if your balance is okay, you're going to move the shoulder to stack over the hip. Now, left arm is going to lift up. If you can, the right arm will follow. But if you need that hand there, you keep it there with me, okay? Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to move. If you have both arms up, they're both coming down. Straighten out the leg and reach the arms back as far as you can get them. Bend the knee. We do this 3 times. Exhale back. 2, 3. Very good. Inhale, find that warrior 1 again. We're going to add a little bit of a twist. So now the left arm will grab the chair if needed, and you're going to twist towards that leg, maybe just 1/3 of the way. So you're going to your right side, right? With your right arm back, and your left arm will be here or here. Very good. Bring it back into center. Fold into pyramid. So you bend into the front leg. You square your right side of the hip forward, left forward as well. See if your trunk can come just slightly down parallel to the floor. If not, it's okay where you are. Inhale, bend into the front knee, slowly transition. And then we're going to step that foot all the way forward to meet the other foot and back into that mountain pose. Stand tall. See if you can let go of the chair since we're not balancing. 2 deep breaths. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Make it into downward facing dog. We switch legs, right? So we bring the other leg forward, which will be the left if you were doing the same as me, between the legs of the chair. Now, same arm as the leg that's back. Reach that right arm up. If you can, both arms are going to go up. Again, we move it, right? So if both are up, you're going like that. If it's only one, you continue with me. 1, bend and straighten out. 2, arms back, knees straight. Very good. So it's 3. If you haven't done all 3, do them while we wait for you here. Very good. Again, we're adding a twist next, right? So you lower the hand that was up, and then you're twisting to the leg. So you're bringing now your left arm back, bringing the chest towards the wall. That's it. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. Straighten out through the front leg. It's a pyramid, right? So you're coming towards the chair, and then you're bringing right side of the hip forward and left side of the hip back. Again, once you get into it, see if you can just fold slightly more. If not, you stay right there. Slowly come back. Take your time, bend the front knee. 1 or 2 steps will bring you forward and into mountain pose once again. Connect to your breathing. All right. Now, right behind the chair to find warrior 2. So you're going to step out with your right foot and come towards that right side. So I'm going to move the chair in a moment, but if you're holding on to the chair, your legs are wide, and then you're here or you're here holding on, right? So back leg straight, back toes slightly in, and then these toes follow the knee, the same direction as the knee. See if your arms can come at the height of the shoulders, or we'll keep one arm down. Very good. Okay, we're gonna move it here too. So you go, if both arms are going up, you come and bring the arms to touch, you straighten out that leg, and you bend. Otherwise, you look like this. 2, just 3, 3. All right, pause here. Palms of the hands are gonna go facing up, either both of them or just one. Keep that front knee bent and reach back to revolve warrior. All right, straighten out the leg as you come forward and reach towards triangle pose. Lower the hand down and then open the chest. This arm can stay here or you can lift it up if you can balance, right? All right, very good. Inhale on your next breath, bend the knee. Come and turn the foot and toe heel the feet. We're gonna pause in the middle in mountain pose. Take an in breath and an out breath. Notice how your left side feels compared to your right side. All right, we're gonna add a little back bend before we do the other side. So hands can come on the sacrum, right? Or you can put them here on the side of the hips if your hands don't make it back there. Draw the shoulders back, elbows in, and lift into a standing back bend. Remember, the back bend happens here in the chest. Please don't collapse into your lower back. See if your gaze can go towards where the wall meets the ceiling more or less. And then slowly release. If you have to wiggle the shoulders or the arms, then do that. All right, we're going to that warrior two on the other side. So remember, about one of your legs length between the feet if the body allows for that, otherwise just a little less. So you're bending the front knee as the toes point towards that wall, and then arms out. Back leg straight, right? And you're looking over the middle finger of the front hand and beyond. Again, we're moving it. So it's either both arms will go up as you straighten out the leg. Exhale, come back to the middle. 2 more times, or you hold on to the chair and you only do one arm like you did on the other side. 2. Very good. All right. We're coming back. Reach back. Keep the knee bent. Very good. Straight leg. First you reach and reach and reach, and then you lower. Because remember, you don't want to collapse into this inner rib cage. You want to keep both sides long. Again, if the arm can go up, you can bring it up. If not, you can keep it down. Try not to drop the head. Keep your head aligned with your spine, right? So we don't want to bring the ear to the shoulder. We want to keep it nice and aligned there. Very nice. So arm up. If you can, you keep the arm up. I lower it because in case somebody's holding onto the chair, I want to make sure they feel safe. Very good. Inhale, bring it back. Again, turn and then toe heel. Coming in, pausing there. In breath and out breath. All right. We'll do lion's breath. We don't have it in the protocol, but we'll do it anyway. So remember, you're sticking your tongue out, you're looking up and getting the eyes like to pop out. So it's an inhale through your nose. You stick your tongue out, you make the sound. Again, inhale. Inhale. And then pause. And notice all that energy flowing through the throat. And of course, we want to smile when we do that because it's so funny, right? It's kind of ridiculous. So if the smile comes, you just let it come. All right. If you have one more or two in you, go for it. I know, little shake. All right, we go side to side. Remember the empty coat sleeves. So if you're able to tap the front and back of the hip, you can do that. Otherwise, just let the arms swing, whatever feels more natural. If you can, see if you can pivot on your toes and lift the heel. Remember, this is one of those movements we want to do every single day. All right, let's see if we can add a little coordination here. So we tap the back and the shoulder on the opposite side. Back and shoulder, very nice. All right, bring it back into center. Pause. All right, we walk in place. If we can, we lift high. Otherwise, you can just lift the heel. Walk in place, opposite arm leg. Let's get a little cardio going there. And you can add a little bit more energy or a little less, right? I know it's the end of the day, so maybe it's a little bit more passive, or maybe you're like, oh, I have tons of energy that I need to let out. Very good. All right, we're going to add a little coordination here. So we touch the shoulder and the hip, shoulder and hip, and then we walk in place. Go slow. You don't need to hurry. It's not a, so shoulder and hip on the opposite side, right? On both ends, opposite side. Very nice. And then come back into center. Take a breath in. Breath out. All right, we have a tree pose to find. So you can start on behind your chair, holding on with both hands, or I'm going to show you on the side so you can see my leg. So remember, your knee points to the side while your hip points to the front. And you can keep the foot there. You can bring it below or above your knee if it gets there, right? If you can balance. I'm going to keep mine down below. Your hands can be in prayer shape, right? Anjali Mudra. Or you can bring the arm in branches, or you can have one branch and one hand down. It doesn't matter, whatever works for you today. Or arms above the head, beautiful. All right, very gently add a little wind to the tree so we move the arms gently from side to side. Just a little bit. Yes, beautiful. All right, we're going to add a little side bend so that arm will go down and you lean to the side. So you're holding the hand and the knee and gently pressing that knee a little farther back. And then from there, if I can, this arm will go up to the ceiling. If not, it stays here on the chair. Very good. That's it. And then slowly we release it. Just a little visit there. And then just move the legs, see if the hips need a little circle, whatever feels like you need. A little shake. So behind the chair, if you're there, just open the other leg to the side. Again, if I'm bringing my arm up or my arms up, I transition to that. Maybe we say the affirmation that goes with this pose. I am calm. I am poised. Slowly bring this hand down. Gently press the knee back a little bit more. If you can, this arm will go up, but otherwise you're staying here with me. Si pueden arriba, si no aguanto aquí, Patricia. Pero si usted puede, arriba. That's it. Again, we lean a little bit towards that side. Again, if you're reaching into a little side bend without collapsing, or you hold on to the chair as you lean. And we'll come back to the wind in the tree, which I totally forgot. Totally left you there without wind. The wind went away. And then bring it back to center, shake it off. That happens sometimes. Yeah. If you're a regular, you know. All right, bring the hips to circle one way and the other way just to loosen up. All right, and then bring it back into center. We'll come back to the chair. I also forgot to give you a water break, which I usually do halfway through. So if you want a little water, you can always take a break. You don't need permission, right? If at any point you need a little water break, poquito de agua si quieren, Patricia. All right, we'll sit up nice and straight. Allow the spine to lengthen. Eyes open or close, your choice. Let's do a little pranayama here. Calm the mind, calm the body. We'll count. Inhale for 5. Hold for 3 if you're able to hold the breath and there's no medical condition that prohibits it. Exhale for 5. Hold the breath out for 3. So 5, 3, 5, 3. Begin. Otherwise, in for 5, out for 5 if you can't do the holding. And we'll just do a few rounds. Last round. allowing the eyes to open. All right, we'll do a figure four stretch. So remember, if you're not able to bring the leg here, you can keep the leg down here. Do a couple more things before we settle in, okay? So just find gentle movements, maybe forward and back, maybe some half circles. And then on your next breath, see if you can lift the foot up, lower down, don't touch the back of the chair, lift it up, just engaging a little bit. All right, if you're able to fold a little forward, maybe you let the arms rest. If that's too much, you can stay a little bit more upright. Inhale on the next breath. Release the leg nice and slow. Just kind of move it a little before you let it go. All right, the other side. So you bring the other leg up. Remember, if the leg doesn't get here, that's the modification. You all know that. And then you're moving it half circles. And again, we're coming back and we're lifting the leg up, just adding a little engagement before we settle in. Lift the foot, even if it's just lifting the heel. And then we fold forward. Again, if you're able to fold, otherwise you can just stay a little bit more upright. And deepen the breath. Very slowly pressing back and then releasing the leg. Just move it a little. All right, we'll finish with a twist. So open up a little bit, find a twist to the side. Bring it to center, bring it over to the other side. And bring it back. All right, preparing for final relaxation. So if you're laying on your sofa, you're laying on the floor, then do that. If you want to do it right here against the back of the chair, all we have to do is lean back. Begin by taking a deep breath in, letting a breath out. Remember, eyes closed, but if you feel like you're more comfortable with your eyes open, just don't look at the camera. Look straight ahead, find a point, like a soft gaze into the distance. We won't be here super long. Begin to notice your feet, wiggle your toes for a moment. Let the feet relax in all 10 toes. Relax the lower leg, the knees and behind the knees, the quads, right? The front of the legs, the back of the legs, the glutes, the pelvic floor, the hip, above and below the navel, left side of the ribs and right, center of the chest, left and right side of the chest, the lower back, the middle and the upper back, left shoulder down through the elbow and wrist and fingers, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, and fingers. Wiggle the fingers, just relax the hands, let the hands soften. From the shoulders down, allow everything to go. Release the tension, the holding. Keep the lips slightly apart and lower the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Soften the eyebrows, the forehead. Let the eyes sink into the sockets. Relax the left inner ear and the right. Crown of the head, back of the head. From the crown of the head to the bottom of the feet, the body's letting go of holding and doing into being. Maybe you say the affirmation for Shavasana silently in your head. Bones, muscles, movement. I surrender now. Begin to slowly move fingers and toes. Move the head gently from side to side. Begin to connect to sounds you hear in the room, outside the room. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. Allow your eyes to open. Just kind of look around the room, just getting acquainted with the space you're in. Take one breath, reach arm up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to center. Take a moment to recall your intention. We'll seal the class with one Om. Keep your eyes open, just look straight ahead. Inhale. Namaste. All right, thank you. So again, I'll see you guys next week.